Good morning, everyone. I'm Andrew Kwiczola, a senior DevSecOps engineer with eSimplicity. Today, I'm excited to showcase how Copado Robotic Process Automation, or RPA, is revolutionizing our Salesforce post-sandbox refresh process by automating the integration of own backups, Salesforce data, and metadata backup services. As many of you know, refreshing a sandbox environment is a crucial but often tedious process. Here at eSimplicity, we urge our clients to refresh their pipeline environments 4 times a year. One of the key steps is reconnecting our own backup services to ensure continued data protection. Manually configuring own backup for each sandbox, especially when we're dealing with a pipeline of 20 or more sandboxes at a time, is incredibly time consuming and prone to human error. It's a repetitive task that pulls our team away from more strategic initiatives. That's where Copado RPA comes in. By automating this integration, we're not only saving a significant amount of time, but also ensuring consistency and accuracy across all our sandbox environments. This frees up our valuable resources to focus on higher value work, like developing new features and improving our overall Salesforce environment. In this short demonstration, I'll walk you through how I've built a Copado RPA bot to automate the own backup integration. While I'll be showcasing the process for a single sandbox, this same bot can easily scale to handle many sandboxes, dramatically streamlining our refresh process. I'll highlight the key steps in this process and explain how this automation is making our sandbox management more efficient and reliable. So let's dive in and see Copado RPA in action. So here at Own Data Backup, you can see that I have many sandboxes here configured. And what I'm going to do is run the Copado RPA automation right now. So let's go ahead and dig into it. So right now I've taken my hands off the keyboard and mouse and the robot has been launched. We'll first connect the Sandbox Backup Data Service from Own Backup to Salesforce. So we'll log into our Salesforce instance and connect the Own Backup service. So you'll see here that Salesforce has now integrated Own Backup. And you'll notice a new line item has appeared. And so what the robot is going to do next is it's going to come in here and it's going to find our service that we just connected. And it's going to rename the service to the proper naming convention that we have in our pipeline. So it's going to strip out the name, and it did it very quickly right there. And it's going to update the sandbox to InnoJam or Innovation Jam. So we now have used the robot to connect our sandbox data backup service, but we're not done yet. We need the robot to also back up our sandbox metadata, because we can't just back up our data without backing up our metadata. So the robot is going to come in here and log in again, and it's going to detect whether or not we have an existing session, and if we don't, the robot will log in again and connect our sandbox metadata backup. So you can see here on the first line item that now our metadata backup is connected. So we need to do the same thing. We need to come in here and we need to strip out our Innovation Jam name and rename our backup. And now you can see on the first line item that we've renamed both of our services. So just to recap, we had the robot go in, we've connected our data service through Salesforce for our own backup. We came in, we renamed it. And then the robot went out, connected the metadata service, renamed it. And now we have our sandbox completely backed up without me touching the keyboard or mouse. And so you can imagine if you're doing Salesforce sandbox refreshes and you have a very large pipeline in Copado and you need to reconnect all of your sandbox backups. This process could take you all day if you're a human being, going through one by one. You have 20, 30, 40 sandboxes. And so not only can you use this Copado robot automation for this type of task, but when we refresh our sandboxes in our pipeline, we also use the robot to automate dozens of more tasks in our post-sandbox refresh. So you can imagine when you refresh a sandbox, you need to configure all kinds of things in Salesforce setup. You need to go in there and make sure all of the sandboxes have parity in a configuration. So this is a very useful tool for eliminating the need for humans to go in there and do everything by hand, which can be very prone to mistakes, different configurations getting out of sync, the robot ensures that all of that stays the same. So I'd like to thank you today for allowing me to present you for this Copado innovation. And right back now, I will hand it back to Copado. Thank you.